Hello and welcome to this crazy thing. So I accidentally nuked my own units with the fire trap because I didn't realize it was going to destroy the houses I was standing on. Pretty funny thing that happened, but it's whatever. We're just going to move on. So here's what you do. You kill this. Kill one of the healers right away. Extremely useful. It triggers the ambush spawn though, so they would burn their own city? So, alright, we got a level up. That's actually pretty nice. We're at level 30, which will help us kill things, so I don't mind. Second company, attack. Alright, there should be, I believe, two or three reinforcements. This is the first one. Benedict here. I'm going to have him Bird of Prey himself. He's just going to get into a position where I'm going to light wave him. So you'll see why in a second. What we want to do, you want to leave someone on the ground. If everyone's on the rooftops, they can't path to you, so they won't push you. So you're literally better off just like letting them push you, getting out of position, and then, you know, you just want to focus down the mages and then the healers. Well, actually the healer first. The healer next to X-Harm won't move for a while, and then if you get on top of rooftops, once the enemies, like whatever position they're in, they'll stay in. Alright, so Hughette here, we're actually going to in tandem her, so she'll get out. So we'll just do this. We don't want to use our basic attack yet. I don't even know if I want to shoot this guy. I actually want him to chase me, so I'm actually just going to pass. So we're going to just use in tandem. And then Benedict will just run over here. Alright, then Hughette can hop up on the safety. I can Shadow Stitch this. I can probably kill this guy. But I'm going to let them push us, so I'm just going to let them ball up and use the traps to kill them. We also have now, too, which is good. X-Harm can be killed by the traps. One of the biggest threats is X-Harm because he gets double turns. So if you hop down, he can double turns you, which is unfortunate, but it is something that can happen. You need to be paying attention and watch out for that. The reason we're doing this Hughette-Benedict strat is specifically because we want to use all of our other units on the other missions, and this should be soloable using this strategy. Alright, so now we'll shoot this dude, just to keep him in this trap. You cannot be on these houses, you'll kill yourself, so I found that out the hard way. Pretty funny, to be honest, because I had the map solved, so... User error. So we'll just kind of keep on keeping on. One thing you can do is you can have Hughette pop down and shoot. You want to keep a rise in range. You don't want to use basic attacks because you actually want to specifically trigger a thing. And you'll see what that is pretty soon. It's quite a lot of enemies too. Let's see. What's your range? Oh, you can actually... Okay, so I couldn't get nowed. Let's see. Range of now is like, what, 4? Okay, 1 to 4. He can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just out of range. And here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can hit just that tile. He can hit like here. So if I can go here... it's too far away. Yeah, you want to keep a rise in range. I could probably do it from the high rooftops. I'm going to try doing that. We're going to push like the super high rooftop. Just shadow stitching another guy for fun. Now that we're higher level than them, it's 82% proc rate, which is crazy. So what you can do if you want to stop them pushing you is you can actually hop over on the one trap. And the big thing to do is to light wave. You can light wave Benedict onto the high roof and just hold that position the rest of the game. You can use missed opportunity to focus down a healer. Sometimes the healer will use buffs on allies instead of healing. You can also use now to compress damage. So if Benedict goes after Hughette, she can shadow stitching a healer twice. You know, shadow stitching, get nowed, shadow stitching, it's dead. Alright, so X-Harm is now in the deadly zone, which is cool. However, we can't in tandem. We could Lightwave Hughette, but then I'd have to not use this thing, because then, yeah. So we can kill X-Harm right now, as you can see here. But we can always get him on the big trap, so we might as well. I'm just gonna do this. We're just gonna assume we're gonna be turtling. I should be able to Lightwave him. I should be able to do this first. I'll Raging Beast. And then I'll Lightwave him after on Huette's turn. Once he gets up here, he's basically not targetable. And once Hughette gets up there, her range becomes insane. So we'll do that. Then we can start like pinning things down to like slow down their advance. Yeah, like that dude will use Rise Up sometimes. These rogues will push up. The key targets are the mage and the healer. X-Harm, once the healer's dead, X-Harm can be killed over time. It's not a problem. All these dudes are just immobilized. It's pretty sick. Alright. What is our range? Okay, this is our range. Alright, this is decent. And Blinding Arrow. Okay, so we're just gonna pass here. They'll actually stop moving. I'll just have him wait, just to use now soon. Yeah, they'll completely stop moving once they get like this. The beautiful thing about Immobilize is that it prevents... So the healer will not pursue healing things unless it's within range. And the AI... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so it's actually... So that was within range, so it healed it. But the AI can't flee if it's immobilized. So if you can immobilize an enemy, it can't retreat to the healer, and if the healer's out of range, you can just kill that enemy. So we can kill a lot of the enemies that are close to us pretty easily. He can just wait a turn. She still has Raging Beast. Alright, so we can use Shadow Stitching, for example, on this guy, getting a back crit, which is ridiculous. And then he's immobilized. So we can kill these two rogues, and then probably kill that spear guy, pop down, get more of them to come to us, kill more of them, and just keep doing this until we beat the map. So, this is pretty stupid, to be honest. But that's your life now, you know? Sometimes you have a stupid life, sometimes you have a smart life. In this case, we are living a stupid life. Just maintain Raging Beast for damage increase. Pretty standard stuff. Once we kill more of them, it'll be more bearable. Alright, we can't really... I'll just use Blinding Arrow to save a rise in range. Because I do want to hop down and kill X-Harm at some point. If I can, with that thing. I mean, we don't have to. I guess we can just start using basic attacks. I don't have to use the fire traps. I can still shoot the fire trap near me if I need to. I can have Hughette, like, hop down, get some dudes up, then shoot them when they least expect it.
I shall try my level best.
Alright, he'll just wait.
Time to take flight.
So I can save Rise in range, so I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. So we killed a guy, great. We have to get Immobilize off before we can kill something, though, so they can't escape, because they will flee when their health is low, and they will find a healer. They only do this if there's a healer on the board. If there is no healer, then they'll just kind of stay there and die stupidly, which is funny. Let's maintain this.
My knowledge grows deeper.
Here I come.
Alright, I'm gonna take the risk and just like go for it. I'm just gonna waste my rise in range. No, I only save onto... I would only save this for this specific case where you can trigger some big trap. Otherwise, there's no reason to hold on to it, and it's kind of stupid. You can, but if you enter like a match with the mindset of you can never use this thing, then you're going to stop using normal attacks, which is dumb. But in this case, it actually makes sense to save it because there's these insane fire traps. But you can see here, being able to accumulate TP is more worthwhile for damaging these units and killing them. And as long as I kill the healer, I don't need the traps, so... Like, I just need to kill the healer and then drop X-Arm, and then just continue to whittle away at them.
I see
Just maintain Raging Beast. Pretty simple stuff. Just be careful not to well, yeah, be careful not to waste the traps, I guess. The other thing, too, is I have to watch out for that healer. Or that mage. Because if I drop down, he might be able to get to me. And if he paralyzes me, then that could be big damage. And a bit, that could be a problem, so. Alright, so let's look at his range. Okay, so he can hit me everywhere. Okay. Alright, so. Let's put Bulwark on her. Actually, he can't hit me everywhere. I think there's a tile I'm safe. I meant to say Bird of Prey, too. I said Bulwark.
Here I come.
Alright, so we can kill this guy first before we do anything. And you can see there's safe tiles to the top over there, so I can pull the mage in and then fly back to the high ground. Which is what I'm going to do after I kill this spear. Actually, he's immobilized, so I can probably do this now.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
I can Bulwark her just to be redundant. I'm not going to have her attack when I fly down, because I don't want her to waste... I want her to shave off turn order by not acting, if it actually does that. Alright, so we have... Alright. Okay, it doesn't, so we are going to shoot. Shave off turn order when you can, otherwise just go for it. Alright. So nothing should be able to hit us. They'll continue their advance. The healer might advance too, which is unfortunate, but if we can get him isolated, that's what we want. We want to kill the mage, then if the healer pushes up enough, we want to kill the healer. Alright, and X-Harm does take double turns, so you have to be very careful with that shit. Because if you're down for too long on the ground, he will kill you. Alright, now that the mage is there, the mage actually can't hit us from up here, interestingly enough. We might as well kill this guy. To get rid of another thing, saves us some time. So just like the first time we did this, it's similarly exciting. Using now here actually makes sense, kind of. I'll just Raging Beast instead. Yeah. Her turn's coming up. Oh nice, the mage pushes in further. I like it. He waddles to his doom.
Here I come.
Oh wait, can he actually hit me? Because of the height? Yeah, he can. Wow. He's moving up in life. Well, unfortunately for him, I can move back 2 times. It looks like he can almost hit me, though. He's going for it. If he pushes up further, he gets killed on 1 hit from Shadow Stitching, I believe, so... Whatever he wants to do. Alright, we will Bird of Prey, just in case we need to fly down to that other roof and backstab the mage with an attack. If he pushes up further. We might be able to even kill... Oh, dude. He just exposes back to me. Oh, you're dead, I believe. I believe you are dead, sir. Oh, buddy. Alright, that's like the big threat, and then X-Harm is the other threat. If I can hit X-Harm from here, or just get him to hop over, then that'll be enough for me.
I shall try my level best.
Alright, Bird of Prey ends soon. Her Raging Beast. It's kind of disappointing that the Bird of Prey upgrade just increases the duration instead of the magnitude. That's one thing I don't care for. This guy's probably going to die. He actually might be able to escape, though. He's going to try to retreat. Actually, no, he won't, because I can now. Yeah, we're going to now and then compress the damage. Getting another backstab basic attack, and he's gone. One thing I could do is I could have Hughette fly all the way over here and just keep flying this way and then pop down here, get everything, including X-Harm, to come this way, and then pop back up, and then fly all the way back, and then, like, once I go here, just, like, shoot this, because you do die on the roofs, so don't do that. That could be viable. Alright, there's the extra spawns. Okay, another healer. That's a slight problem. To be honest, that is a slight problem. Alright, we're gonna go for X harm kill. Probably.
Time to take flight.
Alright, I can't hit anything from here anymore, so I'll go like right here.
Let us try out their weakness.
Bird of prey.
This should
How
do.
gracious.
You are not worthy of my time. I'll take it.
Yes, yes, yes. It's like all these turns. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, who can hit me from here? Dang, dude, he's got some range. Alright, we're gonna have to build up a bulwark, or a now. Let me make sure I can now. Yeah, plus or minus 10. 25 to 17. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to build up a now. Yeah, and then I'll have to now her so she can get out.
I shall try my level.
So we're gonna pass a few turns here. Pretty exciting stuff, but it takes. Here's the thing: it'll take the similar amount of time to do it this way, and also I don't have to think as much for the other teams. For this is golden route, fresh save, hard, deathless.
I shall
So
try my level best.
this is not like it's some stupid trivial thing that is like super easy. So being able to do this for Benedict's map makes it so that I have full teams for the other two maps where you can't gimmick them. So totally legit.
There is no
Alright, so now what he can do is he can move, then he can bird of prey.
all for victory.
Incredible. This battle is ours.
Alright, and then we're gonna have to wait. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. We want Hughette to go, and then to get nowed by Benedict to escape.
Realize the gulf between
And then if I can, I might take out the mage and the archer, or the mage and the healer that are like south. Or that are like south from this orientation. Well, no, north rather, I guess. Or maybe I can kill that healer now, that one right there.
you are not worthy.
I can shoot him from the rooftop, so... Alright, he's turned 6. This will get a few things to move. So let's go here. She should be able to catch now. A few things will start advancing.
There is no mercy on the battle.
Look at this. Look at that. It's like
Time to take flight.
so stupid. Alright. Can hit me, the archer? Oh, X harm can hit me from there? What the fuck? With what? Oh, his tempt. Yeah, I can hit me with his tempt. That's stupid. Alright. Alright, fine. I accepted that as a thing. We'll shoot this guy just for fun.
You are not worthy of my time.
The other thing too is once that trap is destroyed, like I can't fly on those roofs anymore, so I have to consider that.
Let us try out.
Benedict's gonna have a ton of dead turns here. We can throw down like fire traps and he can drop items from high up. Surprisingly, I think the range of items is like, what is it? Let's see, for damage items. Yeah, minus 10, plus 4. So you can actually drop items from pretty high in elevation. I'll try to kill this guy. He just looked at me, he's like, hey, don't do that. Alright, there's a healer, that's fine.
Let us try out their weakness.
What I want to do is be able to... Or what can hit me here? The other archer. Okay. Alright, so I can blind the archer. Alright, I can't kill the healer in 2 hits, so that's unfortunate. I can kill this dude. Probably. Let's see. Let's shadow stitching this.
Another step.
Cool, he's immobilized. He's gonna keep catching heals,
Shall we begin?
probably, so.
Let us pry out their weakness.
Benedict's just stuck up here. Just stupid.
Here I come.
So interestingly, he can't hit me anymore. Oh, because he can't move. Okay. Alright, so if we shadow stitching this, we might draw the other healer out, so we'll try that.
Try this.
You are not worthy of my time.
Let us pry out their weakness.
I feel like I'm playing with Quahog at this point, because like when you play Quahog builds, it's like a lot of turn passing. Okay, the other healer's drawn out.
The hunt is on.
I can shoot this guy for good damage. He will run to get a healer, so I have to immobilize him next turn. And he actually might get healed too, so we'll have to see what they do. But if they're both immobilized, I might be able to keep them out of range of each other. So we'll see. Okay, rise up, nice.
Here I come.
Alright, the archer can hit me again. Shadow stitching this. Fly back here. We can tank an archer hit, so I'm probably going to do that.
I shall try.
Every kill matters, obviously. The fewer enemies on board, the less likely I am to lose. Which makes sense. The rooftop gimmicks. Look at all those items, dude. You got those fat items on the ground. I'm gonna make sure the archers don't have like some stupid thing like immobilize. Just mighty shot. Okay, she should be able to tank a mighty shot. Actually, can I hit him from here? Perfect. I don't even have to be in danger. All right, he's dead. All right, so I'm gonna start shooting this shield guy, and I'm gonna try to get that healer, the other one, not that one, the other healer to approach
I see a path to victory.
by pressuring this shield unit.
Not worthy of my time.
Because if I can isolate the healers, especially if I can isolate them from each other, I can kill them. I can miss the opportunity and probably spike it down.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Realize the gulf
The
between
hunt is
our
on.
souls.
Or even better, I could probably do some gimmicks. Yeah, I'll just shoot it. I'll just give him something to heal.
Shall we begin?
I see a path to victory.
The hunt is on. Take that.
Alright, what are you gonna do? He passed, okay. Okay, he moved up. Alright, if I shoot that one, the other healer might go after the other healer. If I can get them both in the corner,
No mercy on the battlefield.
I might be able to gimmick this in a huge way pretty soon. In a way that's very stupid. Actually, hold on, I'm overthinking this. I can just have X harm tempt me and then restore it with the restore. I could just do that. That's so much easier. And then I can kill the healers. They're too far away. They won't push up to things over here. Well, it depends. They might. Let's see. All right, let's have him shoot this guy. Then move. Hopefully the other healer can heal him before he heals himself. Nope, he doesn't care. He's like, you're on your own. He's like, whatever. You don't need healed.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Yeah, I can get tempted basically, and it should be fine.
Realize the gulf
Because that's the only thing he can do to me. And obviously I'd want it to end. So I have Hughette move, catch attempt, before Benedict's turn. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Alright, there he goes. Now he's healing the other one. Alright, they're pretty far away. Alright, here we go. Catch attempt. If we can pull X-Harm away, these healers are too far away.
Let us try.
Oh, he doesn't even want to do it? The fuck? Okay. He doesn't even care to do it. Interesting. He doesn't even care to do it.
Here I come.
Alright, well, if they want to just be like that, I'll just start killing things. He doesn't even want to tempt me.
worthy of my time.
He doesn't even, dude, he doesn't even want to do it. Alright. I'll kill this archer.
Let us
Let's get rid of some of these fucking people. I'll kill as many things as I can for free. Uh-oh.
Realize the gulf
Healers are coming in.
Here I come.
This is really the problem with this map, is the healers. Just immobilize dudes arbitrarily. I'm really surprised he's not gonna go for it. It's very strange. Alright, I'm gonna stop here and just pick up where we've killed most of these, because it's just a lot of waiting, so I'll see you in like a few minutes. And welcome back. Alright, so we have a slightly better position. Dude, so here's the dilemma essentially. If X-Harm retreats, we're going to be in a small problem, depending on how he retreats. If he retreats so that I can kill him with the trap, no problem. But if he retreats
The hunt is on.
and it's annoying, then slight problem. Depends on if he retreats or not. Most AI retreats when it's low health, so let's see what he does. He doesn't? Oh, he doesn't retreat? He might not retreat. Yeah, once we kill him, we kill those archers, we pop down, we get the rest of them, we just whittle away at them, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So, yeah. If we can get the healers in the trap, that's huge. Yeah, it looks like he's not retreating. We just keep maintaining, what is it, Raging Beast. Keep shooting him. Pretty standard stuff. And then we can always pop down, like, we just kill the things that are within range. Let's see. And make sure to not kill that thing before we need it. Alright, let's see if he retreats now. He's very low. If he retreated, I would not hold it against him. But I don't know if it'll matter. I think I can still kill him. No, he doesn't retreat. We were able to get those healers pretty far away, so we can pull a lot of these, and the healers won't push up to heal because they're out of range.
Let us try.
And yeah, it looks like we got it. At least we got the boss.
Battle is ours.
But honestly, the boss is like one of the big problems, so we're going to Shadow Stitching for lethal.
Not another
He's
step.
gone. See ya, buddy. Unthinkable. Alright. Good job. No, I wasn't saying that to myself. I was saying that to him. For, like, dying. Alright. We'll kill these archers. Shave off a few more of their numbers. I can activate the trap right now to kill 3 things, but I want to save the traps for these healers. If I can get the healers to go where those things are, I can just kill them right out of the gate.
Try out their weakness.
What are you at? Alright. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. She doesn't need Raging Beast again, and using now is pointless. She's about to act, so no need. Alright, be careful not to shoot that thing. Shoot this guy. Continue to solo this map. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to talk about like this whole Archibald thing that's been going on in my comment section and like the main things that I think are kind of funny about it. So I said in a Hughette guide, right, a Hughette Advanced guide, that Hughette does slightly less damage than Archibald, which is true, and she also shuts things down and has better mobility and better movement. So if you're going to run one or the other, Huette's usually a better unit. This definitely like ruffled some feathers of some people who use Archibald, who think he's like one of the best units in the game, or just like a really strong unit. I think he's an okay unit, but Hughette is not a damage unit.
Here I come.
So the fact that she can even deal similar damage to a unit who's supposedly a damage unit, to me, is just like more proof that she herself is a really strong unit. But we're going to ignore Hughette and we're going to talk about Archibald and Archibald dealing damage, because this is a thing I've been getting some pushback from not a lot of people, just like a few, like a handful, like honestly like 3 to 4 people. Most people are like, yeah, Archibald kind of is annoying to use. So to be fair, most people are in agreement with me on this issue. It's not like people are like, no, dude, Archibald's like one of the best damage units and here's the proof. It's like, no, it's like, it's very circumstantial. The claims are kind of spotty. It's like, you know. All right, so let's talk about damage, right? Archibald is a damage unit. How does he hold up to other damage units? So how does he hold up to Maxwell, Roland, Giovanna, Frederica, and so on? He doesn't really, and like Corentin and shit. So he doesn't really hold up very well. He does way less damage in these units. Giovanna spamming Gelid Barrage is actually quite good, and I think it's currently undervalued in the metagame. So he's actually way less damaging than units that you probably think are bad. And the only use case for Archibald... hold on, I have to answer something while these are going through. Alright, so
I shall try my
the big use case for Archibald is
Here I come.
you have arrow spray with like the low HP trigger, and then you have the
Not another step.
like the inescapable arrow mages thing with battery. You have like the long distance shooting damage scaling. So let's go over all of his best things. Then you have his piercing arrow thing. You also have edged arrow, which is okay, but it's kind of short ranged, and it doesn't fly in an arc, so it's kind of less consistent than a basic bow attack, which can be shot over units. So I'm actually going to break down why I don't think he's that good of a unit. So I don't think he's a bad unit. I don't think he's terrible. No unit in this game is truly bad or like unusable. Even the worst unit is good to some degree. Dang, she got another level up. So here's like Archibald's kit. Like here, all right, so let's start with the fresh save. We'll go from fresh save to new game plus, and then we'll outline why he falls off, and he's generally not as good as people think he is. The first thing is you need to damage test things. So if I have a unit who outdamages another unit or deals similar damage, and I can prove that in testing, criticizing the method of the test instead of proposing a better test or testing it yourself is not useful. It doesn't inform anyone of anything, and it doesn't like push any new ideas forward. If anything, it's just kind of like nitpicky. So that's like what happened when I did the first damage test. But new game, fresh save. Is Archibald good? He's terrible. Why is he terrible? 3 move. You need to upgrade. You need to pay gold and pay, spend medium tier resources to have him do a basic thing of getting 4 move, which is terrible. So he needs to unlock 4 move. He doesn't have a swift end until like very end game, like until like the last 2 chapters. So he's basically just low mobility, damage isn't there, no swift end, gets an escapable arrow on like the last 2 or like 3 or 4 chapters, gets a swift end maybe on like 1 to 2 chapters at best. On a fresh save, he's straight up a bad unit, objectively. Like, you can argue with me about this, but he has no mobility, he has no damage, he has no instant kill potential with the swift end because he doesn't even get it yet, and he doesn't even have an escapable arrow, and his kit is frankly terrible. So on a fresh save, this is not even open for debate because this is provable with like his stats, and what he's physically capable of doing within the game, he is a bad damage unit on a fresh save. We can safely conclude this. All right, moving on to New Game Plus. All right, your first New Game Plus would be the only case in which he would actually be potentially good. The reason for this is you have...
This battle is ours.
hold on, let me see what's this. I have no idea what's... All right, so the only case is for him really is this. So why is that? So when you get to New Game Plus, your economy is insane. You can spam items. Item spam becomes a real viable thing. And essentially what it allows you to do is it allows you to turn anything who sucks at dealing damage into a damage unit. And Archibald's damage does not even compare to item spam. Like, you could just have Benedict throwing elemental stones, hitting multiple things each turn. That's going to outdamage Archibald. How do I know this? Basic math. You hit 2 enemies for 100 damage each turn. You hit 3 enemies for 100 damage some turns. When there's 3, you hit 4 enemies for 100 damage some turns when you hit 4 things, or even 5. And Archibald at most is hitting like 100 to like 160 each turn, like single damage for most cases, or maybe like 270 on an inescapable arrow. Like, he's going to get out damaged on the average, and it's not even funny. So, like, New Game Plus, he's out damaged by any unit spamming items, especially units who excel in spamming items, like Piccoletta or Anna. So that's the first point, right? Out damaged by units who spam items in New Game Plus, which is bad because you can not replicate CC with items. The only case this is true is like fire tiles, and it's not like you actually CC an enemy. It's more of they're CC'd in the way that they're like hesitant to move, but not unable to move. So you really can't like shut enemies down with items. So like Hughette can always throw a stone to deal more AoE damage, but Archibald can never throw a stun grenade or an immobilized grenade, because that's not a thing and it doesn't exist. So this notion that he can kind of like compete with her role. She's a shutdown unit. He can't compete with her role. She can compete with his role though, because she can always throw a stone to deal more damage, but he can never throw a stone to shut something down, because that doesn't exist in the game. So this argument that you have to not use items for him to be competitive with a shutdown unit in terms of damage is a poor one. 5 to 10% more damage, even that's being generous, on him. Like, so many things have to go right for his thing to work. It's kind of like almost a joke. Like, you have to get all these Swift end procs, and frankly it's inconsistent, and getting the setup for it requires multiple units to put multiple enemies in that are like in a cone or in a ball, like at like below half health, and you want them to be as close to below half as possible. Here, let me see. All right. Okay. All right. So, but that aside, we can safely conclude that a New Game Plus, he's not a good damage unit, because everything can outdamage him with stone spam. There are units whose AoE damage is so absurd stone spam doesn't come close. If you battery Maxwell and Corentin, High Jump and Glacial Moon spam will always outdamage stones just because of the sheer volume of things you can hit. Like, if I had Corentin right now, Glacial Moon could hit all of these for like 150 to 250, which is ridiculous. Sunfall can do similar things. It hits like 300 to like 400, which is insane. And you just like turn accelerate it, and it can be used at far range, so it's really not a liability. So for like damage, as a damage unit, he's not that good. However, in New Game Plus, this is his only case where he's going to shine, because New Game Plus, you're still farming money for superiors, for like fully upgrading things. You might not want to be spamming items yet. In New Game Plus, there is a case to be made that he's a good unit, and that's it. On a fresh save, he's bad. On New Game Plus, he's bad, because on fresh save he doesn't have his kit, and on New Game Plus, he's outdamaged by literally anything. So why would you bother running him when you just have Piccoletta, who has way better mobility, durability, evasion, can make decoys, just like chucking items at dudes. She's just a better unit in this case. And like the main use case of like killing an enemy mage out of its effective range just isn't relevant on New Game Plus Plus. You have so much shutdown and so much mitigation that doesn't matter at all. That's something that only matters on a fresh save, if we're being honest. We can kill these guys, which is kind of cool. Wait, what am I doing? I can just like hop down here, right? I can hop down here. Yeah, let's I guess, I don't know. If I hop down here, I can hop down here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring them over. Let's bring these dudes over. We'll hop down there. I could have thrown a firestone to like set some fire, but whatever. We'll get them to hop down. We'll lead them on a wild goose chase where it ends with Benedict throwing a stone at that totem. Alright, Benedict. Can you throw a stone from here? Probably not. Alright, so in New Game Plus, the argument could be made that he's a good unit. So what you would do is you would just have him just like shoot things, maybe get a swift end trigger. I would still argue Huguette's better though, because like shutting things down and having mobility is so much more useful than like random instant kills when the conditions are perfect. Like it's so much better just to immobilize. Like this dude over here is immobilized for like, you know, another turn. He's been immobilized for 3 turns. That's basically like temporarily killing something. Like if you can get a 3-turn immobilize off, and it's not that hard to do. It's big upside, right?
Here I come.
Alright, so these guys are getting a little angry with me, so we'll see. Okay, so let's just draw them out. Shadow stitching. We'll just shadow stitching this. I can lead them on a goose chase. Once they're all up here, you'll see what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be very stupid. I'm gonna get all the mages and shit on this plane, and then I'm gonna push the other way, drop down, and and force them all to chase me. And then I can get them to stop moving by hopping back up on the roof at any point in time. So it's actually gonna be pretty easy. Bird of prey. I'm gonna have Hughette immobilize archers so that she can move freely. Look at all these archers. Oh, they're like pushing. I don't know why they're pushing up there. That's weird. All right, I'll immobilize. Ooh, is that a crit? Back crit. All right, we can hop up here for free. They're gonna start pushing up, which is fine. It doesn't matter. But the upsides of Archibald, like hitting things out of range with inescapable arrow on New Game Plus, if we're being honest, does not matter at all. The reason it doesn't matter at all is because you have so much access to insane shutdown and mitigation, you can just break the game effortlessly. So I don't know why you would even need to do that. So just shoot this guy. Or no, it's not. All right, just hop over here. We'll do this very sneaky like. We'll have Hughette go all the way to the other side, hop down, waste a few of their turns pushing her because they'll chase her because she's on the ground and they can path to her. Then she'll hop back up on the roof, like she should, and then get all the way back to Benedict and then shoot the thing when they're stuck in place because they have nothing to chase. So it's going to be very silly. But yeah, so like the arguments for Archibald, they tend to be arrow spray is good, close range, and potentially it could be, but so many things are better. Like high jump is just better, glacial moon is just better, sunfall is better, flash of steel is better, gelid barrage is better, Gaia's roar is better. So many things are so much better than that. So it's like you can run it. There's not like I'm not saying you can't run it and you can't beat maps or do Deathless and shit. Like yeah, it's totally fine. You can do that. It's not optimal. Like there's better things to run. But I would argue New Game Plus is so easy because of how many tools you have access to and how broken those tools are that any unit is good. So the downsides of Archibald aren't really felt on New Game Plus because you have access to such broken shit. So the main argument for Archibald is actually like a side effect of how insanely broken things are in New Game Plus. Might as well just stay up here, I guess. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. They're all lining up. Dude, we're about to get like the biggest multi-kill ever. Oh, really, we just need to get the healers and then the rest just falls. But, and then if I pin the healers in place too, especially. But I might not even need to. Look at this, dude. This is disgusting almost. Yeah, we can just shoot this guy. He can't kill me in one hit, so he can try. I dare him to try. He'll probably hit me to like 60% health or something, if even.
I see a path
But like New Game Plus units, like the team comps you have access to, the shutdown you have access to, is like so ridiculously overtuned.
Try this.
Alright, then we just go back here. And then they should stop moving completely. They're just kind of like fish out of water, like, huh? What happened? Where'd the enemy go?
Let us try out their
And Benedict, I believe he can actually throw us down, but we shouldn't need to. Just have him keep waiting. So, like, yeah, like the thing about Archibald, anything's viable, right? Anything is viable in New Game Plus. Because you always, like, all your units, think about it, your units are fully upgraded, you've already beaten these maps a few times, you already know the game plan for each map. Like, you'd have to basically have memory loss in order to essentially forget how to do. Like, this map is a perfect example of a map you can easily exploit.
I see a path to victory.
Like, you just go on the roofs and then, like, set traps off. And it's not that bad at all. Oh no, the healer, he moved out of the death trap.
Here I come.
No matter. Shadow stitching. There's no reason to waste that. And yeah, you don't shoot it yet because then you die. So if you're wondering, you'll die on the fire.
I see a path to victory.
So killing one of the healers is acceptable. And all those archers and shit. Dude, it's like they know. It's like they know I'm gonna do this to them. Like the healers specifically. Come on, push down. Push. Oh, he knows. Dude, he knows. He knows something I don't. Alright, that mage can hit us, but see you later, guys. Bye-bye. That's like all their units. Alright, now we just have a mage. Please no more healers. Alright, that's fine.
I see a path.
Yeah, as long as it's not another healer, I don't mind. And then we can now... We'll kill that mage.
We must stay vigilant.
Here I come.
Let's see. Spear guy can't hit me here? Nice. Alright, shadow stitching you.
Take aim.
Okay. Shock? Fine. Dude, that fire is lagging this game. What the fuck? It's like destroying it. It's destroying the frame rate. These guys have to reroute. Oh, it did kill the other healer. Woo, that could have killed me, but it like decided not to.
Shall try my
That's very funny, in my opinion. Can't hit Hughette with anything. I'll save these for the other map. We'll just get back on high ground and we'll be fine.
Give in. Take aim.
Kill this guy. The thing is with this mage, he's retreating, but I don't think there's any... There's like no other healers, so... I don't know where he's retreating to. Just do... Large.
reverse our fortunes.
This battle is ours. Not another step.
Yeah, the main arguments for Archibald, though, like, oh, his basic attack is good. Dude, if you're using a basic attack on New Game Plus and you're allowing items... Like, the thing is you have to go out of your way to change the rules of the game to justify using him.
My knowledge.
Like, you have to be like, oh, I'm not going to use items. And it's like, okay, then maybe he's slightly better, but wouldn't Hughette still be better because shadow stitching's insane? 3-turn immobilized on 75% chance, pretty good damage, backstab with the bow, flying around, like, isn't that just better?
Try my level best.
I just don't understand the use case that he's, like,
Let us
I need
reverse
even relevant to the conversation, let alone better than a unit who's just, like, so self-sufficient and insane. Let's start grabbing items. Oh, he's coming back. He's becoming courageous. Unfortunately, he's just delivered himself to me, and I can immobilize him from that perch right there, and he's fucked, so... but I appreciate his bravery.
Here I come.
This perch. Like, this is exactly why Huette's good, though. Just being able to do a play like this, and being able to do this every turn, this is exactly why she's so good. Oh, shit. It didn't get the immobilize off, but... I knew I could tank it anyways, because obviously she's at full health, so... and she's gonna kill him and then fly back up here.
It isn't over yet.
Alright, she'll just catch some heals.
Let us try out their weakness.
pretty simple stuff. Now it's just a matter of killing these. She'll heal herself. She just has to pop down. We just kill the rest of them. Pretty easy stuff. It's not... At this point, the map is solved. But arguably on Fresh Save, Archibald is definitely very weak. And then on New Game Plus, I would say this is the best case to use him. Because he actually could be relevant. And what he would do is just like try to go for arrow sprays. Now the other thing too about his kit is he has like kind of like contrasting abilities where arrow spray is like point blank and edged arrow is very close range, but then his kit like rewards him for shooting things that are far away. Actually, what we should do here, look at how fucking flexible Hughette is just from movement. Like this is the main argument. I think most people, to be fair, I think most people agree that this is obviously better than some dude who's like landlocked and needs help. Like she can just hop from high ground to high ground and it's no problem. There's a lot of maps where this is relevant. I would say at least like 70% of the maps have terrain where Huette's ability to like fly from roof to roof or from like, you know, from +5 to -5 and all this other shit is extremely relevant and useful. And look at this, she's like maintaining immobilize. This is why I say she's like virtually, she has better durability because she can just fuck with enemies in this way. And there's nothing they can do about it. She can completely shut things down by herself. Like these enemies literally can't touch her. If it was Archibald, I would need some other unit to put him on the roof. And then if I wanted him to hop down, I'd need another unit to take him off the roof. So like, if you want to compare these two units, like, grabbing high ground for free, you know, you don't have to spend a turn to do that. Have some other unit do it for him. It's a huge upside just to be able to do this for free. I cannot stress that enough, but I feel like every time I make arguments about these two units, people like seemingly, they really undervalue it, if I'm being honest. They just undervalue the upside of being able to grab high ground and to reposition as well as Hughette. She's one of the most mobile units in the game. The fact that she can solo a few maps is just like a meme, but it's a thing she can also do.
I see a path to victory. I see a path to victory.
Time to take flight.
Look at this. I can just keep hopping up. I can literally. The other thing too, Hughette can bait enemies. Honestly, this is an advanced tactic that I haven't even really used too much of. But the more I'm looking at this map, the more I'm realizing Hughette could bait enemies that are closer to her than to other allies. So if she's pushing a flank, she could be like one tile out of range of an enemy just to get it to chase her, and then hop back on a rooftop. And there's a lot of maps with rooftops, like not this high up, but there are a lot of maps that are just like slightly elevated that the enemies wouldn't chase you. She could bait enemies just by hopping down out of range just to get the enemy to come to her and then just like punish their advance and just like fucking destroy them like this. Like how I'm doing here, where she's not even in any danger, and the enemy pushing me is just delivering himself to me.
From this range.
Alright. We're gonna get a little cocky here.
Time to take flight.
I'm gonna even flex on this dude and use missed opportunities so there's no chance to kill me. Look at this. This dude has nothing. What can he do? This is why this unit's insane. It goes without saying. Archibald cannot do this. I don't understand what... Like, I think with some people, it's like their mind is made up, right? It's like, oh, this unit's just bad. Or this unit's just better than this unit. Because of some stupid thing. Like Arrow Spray, compared to, like, the other endgame strats for New Game Plus, is a meme. Glacial Moon spam, Sunfall spam, High Jump spam, Flash of Steel spam, Death Ball, Bloody Cross, all of these things are running circles around that shitty skill. It is not even good, dude. Honestly, I'm saying that to troll people a little bit, just because it's kind of becoming like a thing, like a meme at this point. Kind of like how like Choopy is always like Lysithea is bad, sort of thing, where he obviously knows she's like okay, but he just says that. Dude, Archibald's not even good. I don't even understand. All right, there we go. Deathless. There it is, folks. there it is. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you want to make the argue, or if you want to argue about Archibald, I feel like I've destroyed him thoroughly in this video. And I'm not saying that because I'm saying that because it's like new game, we know he sucks. New game plus, there's so many better things he's bad compared to most other things. And then new game plus is really when he would be A tier, where he would be getting some, swift ends, and his damage wouldn't be like compared to item spam, because a new game plus item spam is so easy to achieve. So this was my second attempt on this using Hughette. You can't do shit like this with Archibald. That's the other thing too. And I think to compare them it's not even close. Honestly, I don't think Archibald is even close to the power of Hughette because of his lack of mobility. He doesn't have shutdown. Hughette can always throw stones to deal AoE damage, but Archibald can never throw stones to shut things down because that doesn't exist. So that's like one big thing that's really working against him. Hughette can easily hit Archibald's damage by spamming stones, but Archibald can never hit Hughette's mobility. He can never blind things. He can never immobilize things. And he's just not as flexible of a unit, frankly. She can maintain blind for free with 0 battery on up to 4 targets. Or she can maintain immobilize with battery on up to 3 targets. That's insane. She also damages while she's doing this. There's no argument as to which is better. You're talking about an S tier unit versus a situationally A tier unit. If we're being objective, Archibald is not a shutdown. He's a damage unit. He's competing with Roland, with Maxwell, with Frederica, with Azana, Narv, Piccoletta spamming items, Anna spamming items, Giovanna, all the damage units, Avlora. Pick a damage unit. Honestly, I think Serenoa would probably outdamage him if you used him like hyper aggressively. Because in New Game Plus, you can do whatever you feel like. So like this argument that he pops off in New Game Plus, it's like, well, dude, everyone's good in New Game Plus because it's New Game Plus. Like everyone's, like you can just have Eridor get twofold turned by Benedict, and he could just run up and provoke like 4 enemies, then run up to another group and provoke 4 more, and then like 80% of the enemy forces are just provoked now. Like, dude, New Game Plus is easy as fuck. If we're being honest, it's super easy. It's not even a thing. Like, all these arguments, oh yeah, we know Archibald's good. It's like, dude, of course he's good. Of course he's good, but he's not, like, exceptional. He's not, like, damage carry, god tier. Oh my god, I can't believe how much damage he's getting. Like, if you add his damage up, it's just not, it's literally less than most units item spamming, if not every unit item spamming. So, yeah, I think I've addressed it in this video for sure. I mean, there's going to be like 3 or 4 people who argue against this, but it's like, dude, New Game Plus, he's terrible. Or I'm sorry, in Fresh Save, he's terrible. On New Game Plus, items outdamage him. And even if they don't, other damage units outdamage him. And this is also true of New Game Plus. Roland just spamming Rush, just running around behind enemies and then rushing through them turn after turn, that will outdamage Archibald. Why? Because it's way easier to set up. Roland has 7 move. With Rush, he has like 11 move because it moves you 4 tiles. So if you know how to position Roland at a fundamental level, and you just have him run around and just rush behind things, he can get off absurd damage and outdamage Archibald easily for 2 TP a turn. And he can also Flash of Steel back crit if you set that up, and that's ridiculous too, but that's, any argument you can make about setting up a combo for Archibald is also true for other units. So for example, in order for Arrow Spray to be good, you need to get enemies to below 50% health, basically. Because getting them at exactly 50, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a little bit below. So you have to plan on hitting them with 2 attacks. So for example, if you use Narv with increase your range and did a wind attack, that also works for Roland. So like if you have Narv flip 5 enemies, and Roland fucking Flash of Steals them in the back while he's next to his team and safe, that's going to be huge damage. Like, that's going to be similarly, if not more, like, damage than spamming Arrow Spray, which only really works It does bad damage unless it kills them with a swift end. So you're like rolling the dice. Whereas if you just Flash of Steel dudes in the back, it's like 100% hit rate for Flash of Steel in the back, and the damage is going to be like 200 to 300 for sure, potentially more. So I just don't think it really holds up to scrutiny, because in order for Archibald to be used effectively, he needs other units to set up situations for him, whereas all the other damage units, they can easily set these situations up themselves, and they're more self-sufficient. And that was the entire argument that I presented in a few different videos. But so yeah, that's it for this one. I think Archibald is probably like a B+ tier, honestly. Like in New Game Plus, there's so many better options. And if you're doing itemless, mages are better. Even on itemless, Julio battering mages is way better. Julio battering Roland and Maxwell, way better. The upsides of mobility and more things than just damage is huge. Like Roland can push dudes off of cliffs, Maxwell can off tank. Frederica and Corinton have a bunch of utility, and you can like create fire tiles in some situations, or like ice walls and all this other shit. So it's not even close. I don't really see the upside in his kit in general, and really he's a New Game Plus unit at best, and he's not even one of the better New Game Plus units. And I honestly can't think of a team comp where Archibald would be like this huge, crazy damage carry. And the only thing that you could do is on certain maps where you could line enemies up, if you like get him to get a backstab piercing arrow and Medina fast acting medication him or something, maybe that's good. It's extremely situational, but that might be the thing that makes him insane, if there is anything. And that argument is something I provided to people arguing against me. So it's not that I'm like anti-Archibald, it's just that what's provable is provable and what's not is not. So if it can't be proven that he can deal this insane damage and be this insane carry, then I can't just take someone's word for it, because that would be stupid. Like if someone's just like, oh dude, who's a unit that's kind of subpar? Dude, Travis is insane. Why is he insane? Oh, he has like this big AoE attack. Like that's like the type of arguments being lobbed at me, and I'm supposed to like engage with that. Like that's like an actual solid argument. That's like very anecdotal. It's like, well, did you damage test it? Did you do it on multiple maps? Have you tested it versus other options? What are the pros and cons versus that? Like Travis is obviously not that good of a unit in general, because he has bad mobility. His damage is so-so. He has steel back, which is okay, but he still gets killed really fast. So it's like, why bother? Why bother with the unit? It's just kind of like a meme. Like he's like, everything is usable in New Game Plus because you have access to so many broken weapon skills. That's the whole thing. So people confuse this access to broken weapon skills with this meaning that certain units are actually exceptional, or that they pop off now that they're New Game Plus, because like, oh my god, a swift end killed a guy who was at 250 health. Okay, well Frederica and Corinton can do that for 2 TP. That's not impressing me. Maxwell can stab a guy in the back with triple thrust for like 200 damage. Roland can do the same thing with double thrust, or with pushback, or he can push a dude off a cliff for like 300 damage. So it's like these little anecdotal whatevers. It's like, okay, but can you do this every single game? And how easy is it to set up? And how consistent is it? How good is it versus other options? These are all things that are factored in to like my view on the game. It has nothing to do with my favorite units. I don't really have favorite units. I use whatever I feel like, frankly. Yeah, that's it. So yeah. Thanks for checking this one out. Peace.